that are under our domain. So we are working on marketing, development, trade linkage, and export promotion of this kind. These all 52 spices. So I will just brief you about saffron, its ongoing activities. Then how we can counter the climate change, or how we can counter the adverse climatic condition in saffron. So can anyone confirm if the slide is visible? Can you see the
Yes, sir,
presentation?
yes, sir, yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. So the topic this in-house saffron production as a countermeasure to adverse climate. The thing is for the information of candidate, I am available in Hindi, English and partly in Marathi and Nepali also. So अगर किसी को ऐसा कुछ लगेगा, so they can conversate with me in Hindi, English and Marathi and partly in Nepali. So the thing is how this topic have been chosen by me, or you can say Spices Board, because this saffron is one of the crop which has not been covered under the crop insurance scheme. There is no insurance for the saffron, and the thing is this is highly sensitive to climatic condition, be it temperature or be it rainfall or be it cold. So it you can say there is a little bit of fluctuation hampers the, or you can say affect the production of saffron in a drastic way. So we will in this presentation or in this deliberation, we will discuss the things in briefly, and we will discuss how we are countering or how we are proposing to counter the challenges one after other. So let's start with indoor saffron cultivation. The thing is why it is in the frame, why it has been chosen. So as I told you, saffron is not covered under any crop insurance scheme, and the thing is, it is highly sensitive to you can say day-to-day climatic condition or day-to-day weather parameter, whether it is temperature, whether it is rainfall, or whether it is any other thing, you can say frost or anything. So it is important that we develop something which can counter all these problems, which can withstand with the varying climate or varying weather parameters, and we can sustain our production. The second thing is who has actually developed this technology, or who has conceived this technology as brainchild. So this technology is basically the brainchild of Professor Firdaus Ahmad Nehri, ex-chief scientist of his coast Kashmir. And this technology was popularized by ISCOST and Advanced Research Station of Saffron and Seed Spices at Pampur. And we, Spices Board, we had done the benefit cost ratio evaluation, and then we had done some projects on these, and then we came, after all this, we came to the conclusion that it is one of the promising technology in the field of saffron production, which can be helpful in the ongoing what you we say climatic changes or vagaries of the climate. Then coming to where. So at present, this technology is prevailing in the Pulwama district and particularly in Pampur region of Kashmir. But it is very much feasible to take out of the J&K, and especially for the region like Uttarakhand, Himachal, and then North Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh, wherever there is a high, a long period of sub-zero temperature. And then coming to yeah, by whom, that I have already discussed. This is developed by, this is cost. Then what is its strength, or why this technology is being pushed forward? Because it provides a protected cultivation and congenial weather parameter for the existing setup. So Let me show you first how saffron looks like and what are the things which has forced the university and researcher and state administration to go for this technology. So saffron is basically a triploid crop with 24 number of chromosome, and it belongs to Iridaceae in the order Asparagus. So what you are seeing here, it is a single saffron flower, and if you look to a downside, it is just single corm below the soil. So you can see from one corm you are seeing here just one flower, and the commercial part of this flower is the maroon red part that we call stamens. So this is not an optimum condition for a farmer, or you can say agripreneur or entrepreneur who want to take up saffron as their business. So if this is not the optimum condition, so what should be? So this is the picture. This is usually an optimum condition, or you can say preferable condition for the saffron production, where from one corn there should be at least three flowers. So this is the optimum setup, or you can say optimum condition for field saffron. So if we are not getting at least three flower per corn, then saffron cultivation, or you can say saffron production as a business venture, it is a miserable condition or a miserable concept. And for your information, I would like to share that 1 kg of dried saffron require 1,54,000 of saffron flowers. So you can see how means the big quantum is there for a single kg of saffron. So now I will discuss step by step what are the indoor saffron cultivation, how you can go and how you can adopt. This is particularly useful for the budding agripreneur and entrepreneur who want to establish their business in the sector of spices and who want to take up that premium spices like saffron, vanilla, or something. But and you know the saffron is costliest spice in the world. Right now it is going some 8 to 9 lakh rupees per kg in the international market, and in domestic market it is around 2.5 lakh rupees per kg. So how you go for this technology, or how you will adopt this technology? So we start from the corms, corms that its seed. So basically the initial corm lifting from the field is in dormant stage. So this activity should be completed by or before 25th of the June. Now the thing is there, what should be the optimum size or what should be the optimum weight of the saffron. So if you are going for indoor saffron cultivation, or not cultivation but production, then the minimum weight of saffron should be 10 gram or more. And here the thing is, when you place this saffron, there should not be any media. Like you might have seen very fancy videos in the YouTube and very fancy news in the Facebook and in newspaper also, that XYZ person from XYZ city see, or he has grown saffron in her one room and earning 5 lakhs rupees something, and this that, those all are fancy things. And it is kind of you can say delusion also. So if you are investing your time, if you are investing your money, then you should be very careful about what is exact or exactly practical in ground, what is genuine, and what are the fancy terms and technology just for the, you can say in modern terms, or we say in digital term, that clickbaits. So you should not fall for the clickbaits, and you should do a little bit of research before accepting or what you call adopting any technology. So once you take up the corns from the soil, then you have to grade it out. Grading means at least the weight should be 10 grams. Then you have to place in ultra high density mode. That means 640 corns per square meter, and you have to place this arrangement in the wooden racks. Just you are seeing in the photo. So in the photo you are seeing our setup. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 story setup, where we have placed the saffron in high density, ultra high density mode. Okay. So after that, what? You can see the photo. In the photo, you are seeing that budding, or you can see anthesis stage of the saffron flower, or just before the anthesis. So here the thing is there, this saffron flowering and all these things. This is not a rocket science. Like this technology is making some rocket science. The only thing is there. See that flowering of not only saffron but any crop or any plant. It is depends on hormones and temperature. So in case of saffron, the requirement or primary requirement of flowering is 1100 hours of the chilling temperature. That means sub-zero temperature. If you are breaking this point, or if you are breaking this process, then you won't get any flower. And this is not a new thing or something I had brought from what you call very modern research. This is all about the hormonal balance and hormonal channel. So this is all about the activity of your florigen, your auxin, and your cytokine. And this is all the, you can say, play of your photoperiodism as well as vernalization. Here in case of saffron, the important or most critical factor is vernalization. So let me start from our point first. To initiate flower ontogenesis, the swarms are kept under complete darkness for the period of 60 days. So the 2 months continuous dark period is requirement for the initiation, or you can say induction of the what you call floral ontogenesis in the saffron. If you break this period by virtue of light or something, so you won't be able to get any saffron. So the period for this treatment is from 25th June to 25th of August. And here you can see the mean temperature will be 23 degree. It may be plus or minus 2 degrees Celsius. And you have to maintain the relative humidity of 65%. Here, the humidity also plays an important role, because if humidity is more, it will give the what you call issue of fungal diseases, and it will also cause the rot. So the temperature and relative humidity, these are the key factors here to induction of the ontogenesis of saffron flower. Then the next step is how we can initiate the sprouting. So initiate the sprouting, the palms are kept under continued darkness for the period of 35 days, from the 25th of August to 30th of the September. See, these dates what I'm mentioning, like 25th of the August, 30th of the September, these are particularly or critically limited to the Kashmir condition only. If you are practicing this
So
thing in
sorry
Meghalaya,
to
if you are
disturb you in
practicing this,
between, sir. Hello, am I
yes,
audible?
yes, please. Yeah, you
Sir,
are audible.
actually, yes, your voice is very low. People are saying that they are not able to hear you properly.
Okay, now it is okay.
Sir,
Can you
there
hear?
is so much background noise.
I think, yeah, it's namaz time now. So from all these mosques, this namaz song may be coming. Mm, but whether I'm audible enough or not, or I should be little bit more
Uh,
louder.
Sir, a little bit more louder.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so what I'm telling now, these dates or the time period I'm mentioning, like from 25th of June to August, then August to September, these are critically limited to the Kashmir condition only. So if you are practicing or adopting this technology in Meghalaya or Himachal Pradesh or Uttarakhand or anywhere else, so you can adjust this time period based on the what you call a developmental channel or developmental condition of the comms. So okay, so to initiate sprouting, the comms are again extended for the darkness period of 35 days, and it lasts up to last of the September. Then Here the thing is that we have to lower down the temperature, and temperature is almost down by 4 degrees Celsius, and that relative humidity is increased by 2%. And this setup or this condition what you call strikes or ignite the sprouting uh, of this comms. Then the thing, third point is that to avoid infection, proper sanitation needs to be maintained in culture room. This is a common practice, not only in saffron, but all kinds of in-house productions, or even what you call glass houses or poly houses. So this is not a thing to discuss. Then the last and most important critical point is that to initiate flowering, what we should take care of, or what should be focused on for initiating the flowering of this in-house setup. So the thing is there, from here onwards you will need light for the induction of flowering. So whatever is your setup, like if you are keeping artificial lights, or if you have windows, so you can keep the windows open and you can switch on your artificial lights. And the temperature you have to maintain it 15 degrees Celsius, and the minimum temperature it can be around 4 degrees Celsius mean air temperature, and relative humidity you have to again increase. This is important because this meristematic reason they required a kind of impulse, or what you can say a switch on condition. To that switch on condition, the setup of this particular temperature and moisture is required. So after flowering, you have got flowers, and now you had got flowers. You had harvested your flowers, and now you have to go for the what you call separation of your commercial parts. Sakshi, is it okay now?
Sorry, sir.
Can anyone confirm? आवाज आ रही है प्रॉपर अभी?
Yes,
अभी
sir.
आवाज
Yes, sir.
प्रॉपर आ रही?
Yes, sir.
ओके. Okay, so now the next step is आपके पास flower आ गए, you had harvested, now you have to separate the stigma from the rest of the flower, because your commercial part, or you can say sellable part, is the stigma only. So what you are seeing here, this is a photo from India International Kashmir Saffron Trade Center. It is a processing plant for the saffron and GI center for the Kashmiri saffron. So here you are seeing this, you have to carefully take out the stigma from the rest of the part, and other part like sepal, petal, and other thing you have to discard out, and the separated stigma you have to keep in what you call in some clean and hygienic stainless steel bowl, or you can opt for some other utensils. So here what you are seeing, this is a scientific, or what you call, it is a recommended practice, how you have to go for the stigma separation. Now this is a typical village condition where farmers, these Kashmiri farmers, are separating the stigma from the saffron flower. The thing is there, here the chances of contamination are very high. So when you go for chemical testing or quality evaluation of your produce, final produce, then you will find some kind of fungal infection, or you may find some other pathogens, or you may find some extraneous material. So ultimately it will what you call reduce the price of your final produce, or it may sometime stuck your uh, consignment at the port itself if you are an exporter. So after that separation of stigma, there is one more process what we call यहाँ लोकल भाषा में बोलते हैं conversion of saffron from लच्छा to मोगरा. The thing is there that stigma of this saffron, the distribution of crocin, picrocrocin and saffronal, it is not uniform. So यहाँ पे वो जो प्रोसेस मैंने बताया, the process I told you, conversion of लच्छा to मोगरा. So it is a what you call a traditional knowledge, or indigenous traditional knowledge from this Pampo region, and these people are practicing it since eternity. You can say from at least some 600 or 700 years. So, and this is a typical process. It, there is no machine or no technology as on today has been developed for this process. So this thing you have to do manually only, and this is how it is done. So this is one of the FPO we have developed them, and now they are exporter only. So what they used to do, they just take the bunch of what you call stigma, and they press and slid the stigma between their fingers. So by virtue of this, there are means two things. The first, it enlarge the length or increase the length of stigma from its original length, and it just helps in the equal distribution of safranal and picrocosin and crocin. So this is one of the process which is required, and this is practiced only in Kashmir, in India only, and you will not find this particular process whether it is in Iran, whether it is in Morocco, Spain, or Saudi Arabia. This technology exclusively in India only. Okay, so after you have harvested the flower and you have gone for this what you call separation of stigma, that is your commercial part. Then after that there is next cycle of the comms or next cycle of the comp production, because in saffron your business will be beneficial only if you are completing seed to seed cycle particularly. Because in other crop, if you see, you are purchasing hybrid seed for this season, you are just planting, then harvesting your produce, and again next season you are going for again this hybrid seed or any other seed. But in case of saffron, if you are not having your own source of this corms or seed, then your business is a failed business, to be honest. So here, after flower picking of picking the flower, there are actually 3 to 4 auxiliary birds in the auxiliary birds in the main con. So you have to just pinch out all those auxiliary birds, because if all the birds are growing simultaneously, then the distribution of what you call sugar, then all other nutrients, it will be distributed to rest of the birds. The size of corn, it will not be optimum for the next season. So to just promote uniform growth, or you can say growth of one particular corn, you have to just pinch out or you have to kill the lateral birds. So there will be only one but which will be uh, translating in the corn in the next cycle. Now coming to the next phase, before planting on raised bed, the corms are dipped in fungicidal solution like carbendazim or mancozeb to control corm rot disease. Corm rot is one of the most prominent disease, or you can say most challenging disease in the saffron, and there has been continuous effort by the state department as well as research institute and university to counter this. But here and there, this problem still persists. So if you are practicing your this saffron production in in-house mode, then you have to give seed treatment replantation. So you have to just apply some fungicidal solution, as mentioned here, carbendazim and mancozeb, and then you have to go for the planting. And as usual, for all the crops and rest of the agriculture system, that soil health and its what you call maintenance is a prerequisite for all kinds of production. So same is true for here also. Now the thing is, they mostly see if you are going in season wise, your harvest will be completed by last of the October to second week of the November. So after that, you have to start all this process like treatment of the saffron, then killing of these auxiliary birds, and by the first week of December, your corn should be ready. That means after planting in the soil, your corns need to be within soil for 1st of December to 15th of the February. And this is the period where this chilling temperature or ultra sub-zero temperature is required for 1100 to 1200 hour. This one is the critical period. If this chilling period is broken, or if there is any other climatic vagaries, like if during the period heavy rainfall is there, and if because of humidity, or if because of some what you call microbial activity, soil temperature is raised, then your saffron will not translate into the next plantlet for the next cycle. So this is one important thing here. So, but here the thing is, if you are practicing in Kashmir, then only you have to place this or what you call standardized or incubated corn in the soil. But if you are going 100% for the in-house saffron production, then you need not to go for this planting of these corms in the soil. You can again place your what you call comps in the high density mode in the trays itself, and you have to maintain your temperature, room temperature, in the sub-zero mode using chiller or something, and that period for from December to February, it should be maintained as it in the case of field condition. Now this is the benefit cost ratio of indoor saffron production. We have taken 12 into 12 square feet area, and we had calculated the BC ratio for 10-year as well as single year. So in between the discussion, I had told you that this business is beneficial only if you are completing your seed to seed cycle. So the first thing what I'm calling seed to seed cycle, it is corm to flower to corm cycle. So here you can see just you can avoid the 10-year cycle, just you focus on the benefit cost ratio pooled over years, so or just 1 year for easiness to understand. So in case of corn to flower and again corn, that means seed to seed cycle, the input cost is around 33,200, and the return is you will get around 1,38,000. And the additional benefit, or you can see additional return, it will be in the form of comps or other agri waste. Agri waste means here in case of saffron, that it's a stigma commercial part, but its sepal, petal, and all other things are also useful. They can also be translated into beneficial business. For example, when you go for drying, so there is a 1:5 what called translation of the saffron water from its fresh weight. That means if you are drawing 5 kg of saffron, you will get around 950 to 950 ml to 1 liter of saffron water. And the saffron water is much you can say, or better than our rose water. So this is one of the aspect what we are discussing in agri waste. In terms of our core business or saffron production, the sepal, petal, and all these things are waste only. But if you are translating in business, then you are getting some additional returns from them also. And similarly, after drying, whatever is the sepal and petal, they are crushed in powder form and they are made into natural color, and they are used in cosmetic products also. So this is what we are calculating as additional return or agri waste returns. So in total, you will get 1,45,600 rupees in return, gross return, against the investment of 33,200. So your benefit cost ratio is here 3.4 is to 1, means for every rupees you are getting a 3.5 rupees. But this is true only if you are completing seed to seed cycle. But if you are not completing seed to seed cycle, if you fail to do so, or if your business setup does not follow the process, or if it is not able to complete this cycle, then you will be falling in the second category, corm to flower cycle only. And in that case, every rupee you invest will give you just 40 paisa. That benefit cost ratio is 0.4 is to 1. So this is what I have been discussing, or I have been mentioning during the in between some of the slide, that when you are going for some fancy presentations or fancy news in the Facebook or YouTube that XYZ person has earned this much rupees from this much size of or in-house from production. But this is the catch here, because almost all those people are stuck in the corm to flower cycle only. They are not completing that corm to flower to corm cycle. So they are showing you just one part of the story. They are not exactly revealing the what you call catch there in their catch in their business. Because the thing is there, if you take standard and healthy saffron comes and if you place in your kitchen or anywhere, even in the Rajasthan, it will give you flower. Definitely it will give flower for the first year, but for the second year you won't get any seed from that particular comes. So that is the what you call lock point, or you can say shutdown point. So whatever the news and all these things are, you are seeing in videos and all this thing YouTube's, the shutdown point no one is revealing to you. So that was the reason, because we had received a lot of complaints, and we have received a lot of what you call requests from different FPUs and agripreneurs that these are the conditions. So if we can deliberate means present the exact ground condition in case of indoor saffron production technology or not. So that was the reason we have taken up this project and we had done this study. So anything from anyone or any question from participant up to this stage? Okay, so we'll move for the next. How the challenges in how the challenges are presently in saffron cultivation and saffron production system. So the thing is there, if you are going for this saffron business, so there is a lot of difference in the farm to fork prices. That means whatever the farm get prices, say example if it is 1 rupees, at the customer end it will be around some 4 rupees or 4.5 rupees. So you can see it is around 1:5 increase when it reach from farm to plate. So the thing is there, how this saffron business works. So saffron grower usually it sells its product to either cooperative societies or local agents or local traders or sub firms. Sub firms means mini firms, which are exclusively, or you can say just transitional part of the business. So if they are selling to cooperative societies, they are getting a kind of good rate. And then cooperative societies are selling this product to wholesaler at terminal market. Terminal market for in case of Indian condition, you can take Delhi or you can take Amritsar, Chandigarh, Mumbai or Kolkata or port areas. And then they sell it to retailer, and finally it comes to consumer. But in case of local agents, the saffron grower it will sell to local agent, then they will again sell to bulk agent, or they can sell it to wholesaler at Pampur. So at each step they will be means what you call generating their own portion of benefit or own portion of remuneration. So if they are taking saffron from the farmer at farm gate price of 1 rupees, definitely they will be making their own remuneration of 0.5 rupees or 1 rupees. So it will be starting from 1 rupees, and while coming to consumer, it will be somewhat 4.5 rupees or 5 rupees. So this is basically the business trajectory or business channel of the saffron at present condition in J&K. Now let's see how this how the price changes from farmers to consumer end. Usually at farm level, the price will be varying from 1.5 lakh to 1.7 lakh, depends on the condition or depends on the market or production. Then you see when it goes for the mini farms, they increase the rate by 5,000 rupees. So 5,000 rupees per kg they are taking their own remuneration or benefit. Now when it goes to the wholesaler at terminal market, it will be around 1,70,000 rupees. So in just two steps you can see the difference has came to 20,000 rupees. Then it will go to distributor terminal and distributor, again he will generate his own portion of business, and it will be around 10,000 increase in the price. Then it goes to retailer. When it comes to a distributor to retailer and consumer, there are a lot of what you call packing and packaging and branding, marketing, and all these things. So naturally in these steps the price tend to increase way more than the previous steps. So you can see from distributor to retailer the increase has been around 40,000 rupees, and from retailer to consumer you can see it is around 80,000 rupees per kg. So this is the price dynamics of saffron in domestic market. And when you take the what you call international market, so for an example, right now the saffron is sold in a retail price of 250 rupees per gram. But if it is goes to US or if it goes to Saudi or France, the rate is around 1200 rupees per gram. Now the thing is, what are the quality challenges if one wants to be an exporter or want to come in business venture of saffron? What are the things that they should be aware of, or what are the quality aspects of saffron? So there is an organization or setup of standards we call Codex Alimentarius, and they divides the standards for different kinds of spices, not only saffron but other spices also. So here in case of saffron, the primary parameter has been taken up: moisture, then total ash, then total insoluble ash, then soluble extract in cold water, then coloring strength, which is crocin only, then flavoring strength, which is picocrocin, and aroma strength, that is saffronal. And here there are particular methods which should be applied. So here in case of moisture it is ISO 3632, and for others it is 928, 930, but you can see this 3632, this ISO is the core of saffron quality analysis. And the things you can see on what principle or what is the basis of this analysis. So for moisture as well as gravimetric, for ash gravimetric, for soluble extract it is extraction only, and for other biochemicals crocin, picocrocin, and saffronal it is this absorbance method. And then there are types of what you call categories. So there are one, two, three, four types of categories based on the parameters and based on the reading received from particular sample. So these are not what you call um, much important thing to discuss at this stage, because if anyone really wants to get into the business of spices, definitely they will go to all these things, and these things are available in FAO website, Spices Board website, and Ministry of Commerce and Industries website. So these are the things that how we are defining quality parameters. Then artificial colorants, then extraneous matter, what should be the range, then foreign matter, insect damage, then insect fragments, mold within, then excreta of mammalian, then excreta of other what you call elements like insects or something. And these all are categorized and parameter 1, 2, 3, or 4. Then coming to the most important thing, that is chemical characteristics for the dried saffron. So there are four classes of saffron. It is 1, 2, and 3. And in case of Indian saffron, there is another or added class. That's it, extra class. Why? Because when you compare Indian saffron or Kashmiri saffron to rest of the world, our saffron is better in case of biochemical properties or biochemical ingredients. So you can see that range for this moisture content, it is uniform for all classes. And then for whether it is filamentous form or powder form, and then for total dry ashes, total dry basis also, it is uniform. Then insoluble acids, for the acids it is also same. The difference what you are seeing among other classes and extra classes is test strength, that is crocin, picocrocin, and saffronal strength. So here you see in case of extra class, The flavor strength is 80, and aroma and coloring strength is 230, while all other classes have in the range of 70 and 200, and the lowest has been the class 3, that is 40 only. Mm, Yeah, again, this is physical characteristics for the dried saffron. So saffron again defined in two classes: saffron in filamentous or cut filamentous form, or in powder forms. So like all other like a parameter for all other products or agri products, whether it is cereals or pulses or any packaged product, there are some kinds of limitations for every kinds of what you call impurities or physical things like insect fragments or excreta or anything, or seeds of the other what you call crops. So similarly for saffron also, here are the things. So you can see in for most of the what you call parameter, the minimum limit is almost nil. That means nothing is allowed if it is export consignment. Like rodent filth, the maximum limit or minimum limit, whatever you say, it is zero only. Then mold damage, it is zero only. Then what is excreta of mammals or any other organism, it is zero only. Then infestation, it is zero only. So here you can see that little bit of leniency has been given in the case of extraneous matter only, and that too also for this saffron, filamentous saffron only, or cut filament kind of saffron only, and then again the foreign matter. And for rest of the parameters, the limit is set to zero only. That means absolute, there should be absolute purity. And then quality requirement for export. So usually in case of India, we are following ASTA, American Spice Trade Association specification. Then we are following USFDA, United States Food and Drug Administration standards, and EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, for the European Union. And they have given kind of categories, or they had made the categorization for the particular standards, like pest and microorganism infection, foreign matters, and then cystic or active form of pathogen, then toxins, and then toxins secreted by certain fungi. So these all are the things you have to be aware of, and that you have to set before making your consignment as an export oriented consignment. So the important thing, like quality stands for the brand, as we say in the business. So here also quality is a business imperative. If you are not maintaining, or if you are not following the total quality management principle, or what you call the GMP, good manufacturing practices, or GPP, good packaging practices, then definitely you are inviting some kind of infestation or infection or adulteration in your products. So if we go for particularly for saffron, so as we discussed, we are following ASTA and ESA elements. But then again, there are some kinds of specific elements or specific kinds of parameter, like Salmonella and E. coli. These are particular what you call challenges, or what you call particular um, impurity, chemical impurity in the saffron, or biochemical impurity in the saffron. So before processing your consignment for export, you have to take compulsorily test for Salmonella and E. coli presence, as well as aflatoxin, then trace metal contamination, and pesticide residues. And if you are going for value addition of saffron product, like saffron tikki, saffron tea, or what you call other saffron based honey, or saffron based masala tikki, then for all those product as such, or suppose that if you had translated your honey to a saffron based honey, a saffron bagged honey as a valuated product, then again for honey as such, that package as such, you have to take that biochemical testing. And this biochemical testing can be done at any quality evaluation laboratory of either FSSI or Spices Board or some recognized NABL laboratories of third party or private party. And as usual, for any other agriculture operation, you have to maintain hygiene at every stage, whether it is from whether it is at the stage of picking of the flower or drying or packing or packaging. So this is just what you call a brief view of all the practices taken up in the saffron production system. And this the building you are seeing in central part, it is a processing plant for saffron. We call it India International Saffron Processing Center. And if you are willing to do the business in the GI saffron, or if you want to trade the GI saffron, the one and only source is this organization only, and nowhere in India you will find GI saffron. If you are getting GI saffron from other parts or other what you call dealers or suppliers, definitely it is fake GI saffron only. So this is all about the production, cultivation of saffron, then in-house production, and a brief about trade in the saffron. So thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a very great presentation. As I want to ask the participants that if anyone have any questions, kindly drop on the chat box.
Yes, Sakshi, there is one question. I think Washifa Rahid. She asked, do we need polyhouse for this? So actually, polyhouse is not recommended for the indoor saffron production, because in case of polyhouse there will be trapped heat, and it will give the what you call, or it will result in the problem of you can say fungal infection.
Okay. And sir, actually, there is a one question from my end. Like, in-house
Mhm.
saffron production, open field cultivation के comparison में adverse climatic conditions का impact कैसे reduce करते हैं, and especially yield stability और quality के point of view से.
Okay, so just let me give you an example. Suppose that आपका open field production है and you have as indoor saffron production unit also. So like अभी जैसे जनवरी एंड फरवरी में एज एग्जांपल, जैसे अभी कुछ पार्ट्स में कश्मीर में रेनफॉल हुआ. So if rainfall is heavy, then it will cause some kind of what you call increase in the soil heat. जो ट्रैप्ड हीट होती है, जो बायोलॉजिकल एक्टिविटीज और सॉइल माइक्रोबियल एक्टिविटीज उस टाइम पे बढ़ जाती है, तो वहां पे जो टेम्परेचर है और व्हाट यू कॉल राइजोस्फियर टेम्परेचर, वो अल्टर हो जाता है. और जब राइजोस्फियर टेम्परेचर अल्टर होता है, so it will ultimately affect the development of plant as such, and ultimately it will result in the what you call negative effect on the flowering. सो ये तो एक चीज है. दूसरा है कि एग्जांपल लाइक जो मैंने बार बार डिस्कस किया, दैट सब जीरो टेम्परेचर फॉर 1100 to 1200 hours. Like I have been in Kashmir from 2021, and I'm seeing this कि जो temperature what it was in 2021 during the January or February or whatever was the severeness of this cold, वो अभी उतना नहीं है. तो आपको एक जो रिक्वायर कंडीशन है, एग्जांपल लाइक अभी फॉर द लास्ट 3 days द सनशाइन इज वेरी लग्जूरियस हियर इन द श्रीनगर. तो अगर आपका टेम्परेचर मेंटेन नहीं, आपको उस तरह का सब जीरो टेम्परेचर नहीं मिल पा रहा है, तो आपका जो कॉर्म है उसमें देयर इज एक्चुअली जीन, दे कॉल इट CSFT3 जीन. अगर उसको पर्टिकुलर टेम्परेचर नहीं मिल रहा है, तो वो जीन एक्टिवेट नहीं होता है. वो जीन एक्टिवेट नहीं होता, तो जो फ्लावरिंग साइकिल है, जो वी कैन से स्विच ऑन साइकिल फॉर द फ्लावरिंग ऑफ सेफ्रॉन, वो एक्टिवेट नहीं होता है। तो अल्टीमेटली इट विल रिजल्ट इन द लेस फ्लावरिंग और यू कैन से रिड्यूस्ड फ्लावरिंग। तो जब आपका फ्लावरिंग ही नहीं होगा तो आपके पास फाइनल प्रोड्यूस ही नहीं रहेगा। And in case of controlled condition, by virtue of chillers and by virtue of your artificial humidity maintainers, and then artificial or light, you can maintain all this parameter at a given set.
Okay, sir. And there is like more questions in the chat box. Like they are asking that, sir, you showed at first the comms and trays, sir, and you also mentioned no media should be added. So don't we have to put even soil in the trays? Also, what about irrigation?
No, you need not to put soil in indoor condition, because यही एक चीज है जो आपको मैंने बार बार बताया कि जब आप YouTube वीडियोस देखते हैं और लोगों के प्रमोशनल वीडियोस फेसबुक वगैरह में देखते हैं, they ask you to put the saffron in media or give intermittent what you call misting or what you call जो आप irrigation बोल रहे हैं। तो इंडोर में अगर आप सब ये देते हैं तो इट विल इनवाइट ए लॉट ऑफ अनवांटेड प्रॉब्लम्स, जो मैंने आपको बोला, और उसमें सबसे प्रोमिनेंट है फंगल इन्फेक्शन, और उसके बाद फिर आता है कॉर्म रॉटिंग। तो ये सारा चीज आएगा। आपको बिल्कुल भी कॉर्म जो है तो मीडिया में नहीं रखने हैं। द ओनली थिंग यू हैव टू डू इज गिव treatment of against them pathogens or you call fungal infection at the start only। उसके बाद आपको कुछ इसमें मीडिया नहीं देना है, ना इसमें कुछ इरिगेशन वगैरह देना है।
Okay, sir.
Shachi, with that I would like to add one more thing, जो मुझे लगता है कि अगर जो बिजनेस वेंचर में जाना चाह रहे हैं उनके लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है, दैट व्हाट यू कॉल डुप्लीकेट सैफरॉन और फेक सैफरॉन। मार्केट में आपको सैफरॉन 110 रुपीज और 120 रुपीज पर ग्राम भी मिल रहा है। सो दोज ऑल यू कैन नॉट बी इफ इट इज प्योर सैफरॉन और नॉट। तो प्योर सैफरॉन का देखिए एक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होता है कि अगर आप वो सैफरॉन थ्रेड को पानी में डाल देंगे, गुनगुने पानी में और इवन इन नॉर्मल वाटर, सो इवन इफ यू keep that what you call saffron thread in the water for 2 or 3 days, वो ब्रेक नहीं होगा, वो डिसॉल्व नहीं होगा, और उसका कलर जो पहले मरून रहेगा, मरून से धीरे धीरे वो येलोइश होगा और बाद में व्हाइट हो जाएगा, और आपका पानी का कलर पेल येलो होगा, एकदम हल्का येलो। लेकिन जो आपका आर्टिफिशियल सैफरॉन, नॉट आर्टिफिशियल बट एडल्टर्ड सैफरॉन है या जो डुप्लीकेट सैफरॉन है, उसमें उसको जैसे ही आप पानी में डालेंगे तो आपके जो वाटर का कलर है वो मरून रेड कलर या फैंट ब्लड रेड कलर होना शुरू हो जाएगा। और ये डुप्लीकेट सैफरॉन बनता कैसे है? एक स्पेसिफिक काइंड का टिश्यू पेपर आता है, उसकी फाइन कटिंग करके और उसको कलर करके एज ए सैफरॉन सेल किया जाता है। और इवन जो हमारा मक्का है उसके जो थ्रेड्स होते हैं, हेयर्स होते हैं, उसको कट करके फाइन कटिंग करके उसको कलर करके भी इन द नेम ऑफ सैफरॉन लोग सेल करते हैं। So when you are buying saffron or when you are going for the business of buying means, so if you are buying 1 gram of the saffron, there is what उसमें आप क्या ही देख सकते हैं, but if you are opting this as a business तो आपको प्योरिटी और ओरिजिनलिटी देखना पड़ेगा। So in that case this is just a platform test।
Okay, sir. And there are one more question from VK Desai that, sir, some people in Gujarat are producing saffron under control condition. Your opinion on this?
Yes, that again I'm telling you कि जो अगर वो कॉर्म टू फ्लावर टू कॉर्म साइकिल कंप्लीट कर रहे हैं देन दे आर रियल इन रियल टर्म्स इन द बिजनेस। और अगर वो कॉर्म टू फ्लावर टू कॉर्म साइकिल कंप्लीट नहीं कर रहे हैं, जो मैंने आपको स्लाइड में दिखाया था उसमें 2 सेगमेंट्स थे। फर्स्ट वन वाज कॉर्म टू फ्लावर टू कॉर्म साइकिल एंड अदर वन वाज कॉर्म टू फ्लावर साइकिल। So 99% or you can say 100% of the people, they are in corm to flower cycle only. They are not going for the कॉर्म टू कॉर्म और सीड टू सीड साइकिल। अगर आप बाहर हैं, मीन्स इफ यू आर नॉट फ्रॉम द हिमाचल और कोल्ड रीजन्स, तो ये आप कर सकते हैं प्रोवाइडेड इफ यू आर ऑलरेडी अ फ्लोरिस्ट। जो जैसे मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल दूं, कर्नाटक में एक फार्म है श्री राम फार्म्स, दे आर एक्सपोर्टर एंड वेरी वेल नोन फ्लोरिस्ट। तो उनके पास ये ऑलरेडी सेटअप बना हुआ है, चिलर्स वगैरह। सो वंस दे हार्वेस्ट द फ्लावर फॉर द एक्सपोर्ट पर्पज, और जब उनका ये यूनिट खाली रहता है तो उसमें वो सेफ्रॉन प्रोड्यूस करते हैं। बट द थिंग इज देयर कि इनिशियली आपको ये जो सेटअप है, सॉरी नॉट सेटअप बट दिस बिजनेस, ये आपको उतना बेनिफिशियल समझ में नहीं आया, बिकॉज फॉर द फर्स्ट ईयर यू हैव टू इन्वेस्ट मोर मनी देन द रिटर्न्स। क्योंकि आपको एक बार में यहाँ पे मैं बता रहा हूँ या डिमोन्स्ट्रेट भी कर दूं तो भी चीजें उतनी क्लियर नहीं होती, बिकॉज इफ यू आर गोइंग फॉर द इंडोर सेफ्रॉन, जो मैंने आपको स्टार्ट में फोटो दिखाई थी कि एक कॉर्म से एक फ्लावर आ रहा है और एक कॉर्म से 3 फ्लावर आ रहा है, सो दैट इज द ऑप्टिमम कंडीशन ऑफ योर बिजनेस। अगर आप सेफ्रॉन इंडोर सेफ्रॉन में जा रहे हैं तो आपको एक फ्लावर से एटलीस्ट 5 to 6 एक कॉर्म से एटलीस्ट 5 to 6 फ्लावर्स लेने पड़ेंगे। और उसके लिए आपको जो कॉर्म है और जो एज सच बोले सेफ्रॉन का फिनोलॉजी, कॉर्म का फिनोलॉजी चेंज करना पड़ेगा। उसमें आपको फ्लोरिजेन को पुश करना पड़ेगा, साइटोकाइनिन को पुश करना पड़ेगा, और ऑक्सिन को जो है तो सप्रेस करना पड़ेगा। जिससे क्या है कि जो आपका फ्लावर प्रोड्यूस करने वाले जो हार्मोन है वो आपको हाइपर एक्टिव रखने पड़ेंगे, तब आपको क्या है कि एक से ज्यादा फ्लावर मिलेंगे। इफ यू आर गेटिंग 1:1 flower from the corn, then you are just wasting your time and money.
ओके सर, एंड लाइक डॉक्टर के राजेश सर ने asked that where we get plant material for cultivation and any government subsidy.
Okay, whether you asking about subsidy or seed material?
Sir, they have written any government subsidy.
Okay, so see, not only in the saffron,
Sir, both
but almost
subsidy.
for 50. Okay,
Yes.
ओके, सो लेट मी बी क्लियर। पहले मैं आपको बता दूं राजेश जी की सैफरॉन का सीड कहाँ से मिलेगा। सो उसके लिए आपको पामपोर से या पुलवामा डिस्ट्रिक्ट से किसी भी फार्मर से कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं, इस कॉस्ट से कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं, या कि डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर से कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं, एंड दे विल फैसिलिटेट द सीड सप्लाई टू यू। यहाँ पे मैं एक चीज बता दूं आपको कि 2023 से फ्रॉम 2023 दिसंबर 2023 ऑनवर्ड्स स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने ब्लैंकेट सेल पे बैन कर रखा है, बिकॉज दे आर फोकसिंग ऑन एरिया एक्सपेंशन इन द स्पाइस सेफ्रॉन। तो अगर आपको सीड चाहिए तो इंस्टीड ऑफ डायरेक्टली परचेसिंग, यू अप्रोच थ्रू योर स्टेट और डिस्ट्रिक्ट एग्रीकल्चर ऑफिसर, तो वहां से आपको मिलेगा। नहीं तो अभी जो मैंने बैन की बात की, अभी ये 2026 में एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है, ये आपको जून तक चलेगा। आफ्टर जून वो क्या करते हैं, वो देखने वाली बात होगी। और दूसरा आपने बोला कि सब्सिडीज, सो नॉट ओनली सेफ्रॉन बट अलग अलग स्पाइसेस, 52 स्पाइसेस के लिए स्पाइसेस बोर्ड अलग अलग तरह की सब्सिडीज देता है, वेदर इट इज प्लांटिंग स्कीम और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट स्कीम और ऑर्गेनिक प्रोडक्शन स्कीम, बहुत सारी स्कीम अलग अलग है। लाइक उसमें एक मैं एग्जांपल आपको दूं, QGBG स्कीम, क्वालिटी गैप ब्रिजिंग ग्रुप, ये पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट ऑपरेशंस के लिए स्कीम है। इसमें सीलिंग है अप टू 25 लाख रुपीज और 90% ऑफ द टोटल अमाउंट को स्पाइसेस बोर्ड सब्सिडी देता है। तो वहां पे आप स्पाइसेस से रिलेटेड या सेफ्रॉन से रिलेटेड जो भी पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट मशीनरी लगाना चाहते हैं तो आप इस स्कीम के थ्रू लगा सकते हैं। वी हैड गिवन 2 यूनिट्स दिस ईयर, बट इसके लिए एक प्री रिक्वायरमेंट है कि ये इंडिविजुअल फार्मर को नहीं मिलता है, ये एफपीओज और एफपीसीज को मिलता है। बट अगेन डिपेंड्स ऑन द काइंड ऑफ स्कीम्स, इंडिविजुअल फार्मर, इंडिविजुअल ट्रेडर एंड बिजनेसमैन के लिए भी स्कीम्स है। तो आप हमारी वेबसाइट पे जस्ट यू हैव टू गूगल स्पाइसेस बोर्ड एंड यू हैव टू जस्ट स्क्रॉल आउट द मार्केटिंग सेक्शन, डेवलपमेंट सेक्शन। तो वहां पे आपको सेक्शन वाइज लाइक डेवलपमेंट की स्कीम्स आपको अलग मिल जाएंगी। मार्केटिंग मीन्स ट्रेड रिलेटेड जो भी फैसिलिटीज है, लाइक आपको लाइसेंस ले रहे हैं, एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, उसमें कुछ फीस है, वो आपको फीस का रिबेट चाहिए, या आप कहीं इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड एक्सपो में जा रहे हैं एज ए स्पाइस एक्सपोर्टर, तो उसकी जो फीस है यूरोज में होती है, मीन्स ऑलमोस्ट आप बोले 9 से 10 लाख रुपए होती है, उसमें आपको रिबेट मिलता है। तो देयर आर नंबर ऑफ स्कीम्स एंड असिस्टेंस फ्रॉम अस that you can explore in our website. Just you put it indianspices.in.
Okay, sir. And sir, how to identify duplicate saffron from original saffron, and is duplicate saffron male floral part is colored with red, dark red?
Yes, देखिए जो मैंने आपको बोला कि the first thing how you can identify, like if you smell the original saffron, you will find a kind of like what you call honey. जैसे हनी का एक पर्टिकुलर स्मेल होता है, खुशबू होती है, एरोमा, the same aroma you will find in the fresh and genuine saffron. ये तो पहला चीज है. Then the second thing is there, if you what you call rub that particular saffron thread or stigma in your hands, तो जो ओरिजिनल होगा वो बहुत हल्का सा रेड कलर आपके फिंगर्स में आएगा, बट इफ इट इज डुप्लीकेट और कलर्ड सैफरॉन, उसका ज्यादा कलर आपके हाथ में आएगा. देन द अदर थिंग इज देयर, जस्ट पुट द थ्रेड इन योर टंग, आप अपनी जीभ में एक उसका धागा रखें. सो विद इन 2 to 3 मिनट आपकी जो टंग का कलर है वो फैंट येलो कलर हो जाएगा, और जो थ्रेड है वो आपको धीरे धीरे वो अपने शीन और कलर दोनों लूज करेगा, बट वो उस टाइम तक में सफेद नहीं होगी. जैसे मैंने आपको बोला कि वो सफेद तब होता है जब पानी में